Yo guys, what's up? My name is Jack2505. This is the Horde House and welcome to the Max Card series. Today we discuss the pilot cards which are all maxed out. In this series I plan to max out all the cards on each class and demonstrate all cards and discuss the cards with you guys and share my favorite setups, and I hope you guys share your setups with me. Now don't forget to like, share and subscribe, so let's get on with the video. The pilot class is a tank class and is considered to be one of the best classes in Horde and is a personal favourite of mine. The pilot has 19 cards available with explosive, stun and health benefits and armor benefits and different guns to equip the Silverback with. We start with score boost cards, the common and epic cards, which increase the team score by 18 and 35%. I would say use the epic score card if you're doing a leaderboard run on Horde and if you're trying to get a high score and rank in Escape. Silverback Salvo. Silverback Salvo hits increased Silverback duration by 1.35 seconds. This card is quite popular with a lot of pilots I see in Horde. Does exactly what it says on the tin. Good for clearing mid to low enemies and tanky bosses to basically keep the Silverback going for as long as possible. It's not a card that I use that much personally, but I respect what it does. The Hammer. 80% extra damage and 4 seconds of stun. Calling all pilots, if you're playing Horde on Master, put this card on right now. Hands down one of the best cards in the game. You stun every possible monster in this game. You can single-handedly take care of bosses by yourself, manage them and take away so much pain from the rest of your team. The hammer is amazing, stuns for days. Pilots, use it if you want to win. Bleeding Mulcher. Equip a Mulcher that causes bleeding for 55% of damage dealt. I love this card. Great for scions, bosses and anything else that gets in your way. One of the go-to Silverback cards for the Kestrels too. Cold Finish. Damaging an enemy with low health freezes it for 70%. Great card with Mulchers, Tri Shots, Lancers and great for low health bosses as well. Helium Tri Shot. Equip a Tri Shot which heals the Silverback for 85% of damage dealt. Another card which is used by a lot of pilots and you can see why. Another card that helps keep the Silverback alive as long as possible. Great for all enemy types. The chunkier the better. Silverback Sculpture. Equip a Sculpture that deals plus 120% damage, and I'll just be straight up and honest with this. This is an absolute terrible card. Just don't do it. If you want to use a Sculpture, you're better off picking the Brawler with the Sculpture card attached to that class. And if you guys remember, this was one of the pilot's later cards that was broken for a while. It got patched and it's still terrible. Just don't do it. Aggressive Armor. Dealing damage grants 6 HP stim. Another one of my favorite cards. Helps so much with staying alive and being aggressive with projectile explosive weapons such as the drop shot, boom shot, torque bow, etc. Very good and important card for the pilot. Deep Pockets. 115% increased pistol capacity. Unless you just want to see what this card does, this is 100% not worth using. Better off with the Anchor if you want to play that type of game. Useless card for the pilot in my opinion. Healing Explosives. Explosive damage heals for 110% of the damage dealt. Now, in the early days, I used to use this card for the pilot. It's still a good card to use and can be useful if you prefer not to use the stim card, which is called Aggressive Armor. Initiator. Damaging a full health enemy taunts it for 4 seconds. Now, I think this card would work so much better if you damage an enemy and it didn't have to be full health for you to draw its aggro, and this would be amazing for bosses in my opinion, but I don't really think this is a very good card. Wingman. Ultimate recharges at 205% when 2 or less teammates remain. This card used to be broken back in the days. Equipping this card will just recharge your ultimate so quickly, regardless of anyone being down or not. I would say more useful in Escape for obvious reasons. However, having a card that depends on someone, being down and out or dying is not something I would like to have equipped. Enforced Expert. 70% extra damage and active effects. Just don't do it. Terrible and useless card for the pilot. You guys you guys who've been here for a while know how much I cannot stand a pilot using an enforcer with a full locker of drop shots. Exploding Buzzkill. Equip a Buzzkill with 85% splash damage on kills. Another crap card for the Silverback. You have so much better options than this card. The Buzzkill in general is not a very good weapon, and that's a shame. Explosive Munitions. Silverback kills whilst in defense mode do 85% splash damage. This would be worth using if the Silverback granted more health when in defensive mode or had like extra armor around it. Otherwise, you're a bit of a sitting duck for boomers and other scions. What do you guys think? Helium Munitions. Explosive damage heals the Silverback for 110% of the damage dealt. This card will work better if all bullet damage healed the Silverback for, let's say, half the damage dealt rather than just explosives. Therefore, you're just waiting for like a Scion or Grenadier with a nade to attack you in order for this card to be 100% useful. I could be wrong with this, but if you guys could let me know in the chat, that would be great. Quick Ice Cannon. Equip an Ice Cannon with 50% freezing speed. Now, hear me out on this card. Hear me out. At first, I underestimated this card. Some of you might think this card sucks. Honestly, this is one of my go-to cards for the Silverback. It is so good for Sentinels, Guardians, the Matriarch, the Bukatu, and in combination with a Tri Shot or a Mulcher, you're going to be owning people. If you've not used it, trust me, give it a try. Rear Armor. 60% damage resistance from behind. Now, way too situational for me. Could be okay in Escape, but I just cannot justify using this card over the other cards available to the pilot. Now, my go-to setup for Horde and Escape with the pilot is the Hammer, Cold Finish, Aggressive Armor, Quick Ice Cannon, and Bleeding Mulcher. Now, I hope you guys have enjoyed this maxed out card discussion and demonstration on the pilot. Let me know your card setup. Do you enjoy playing the pilot class? Have you maxed out all the cards? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm going to continue working on each class in the game, maxed out all the cards, and I'm looking to complete this series for you guys. Now, thank you very much for making it to the end of the video. My name is Jack2505. This is the Horde House, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.